Then we're live, so now we have to be serious. We have a movie
Well,
review.
let's
So
reset. Let's reset.
All right.
Let's reset.
So
Ready?
Okay. Now. Hey, it's Ed and Gussie J from Cosplay Alliance, and we are here tonight at
Superman.
Superman.
Slash. Superman slash man. Super slash man. Is that it?
Superman.
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 Super slash man.
The Christopher Reeve story.
The Christopher Reeve story. Brought to you by WB Canada. The Cosplay Alliance got a special invite to watch this documentary of the life and story of Christopher Reeves, a man that I looked up to since I was 2 years old and have had nightmares about.
Not about him. You just had like nightmares about Superman 3.
Superman 3, there was a guy named Gus in it.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor, one of the best comedians ever.
Yep.
He was in it.
Yep.
And that story, by the end, that lady, like the lady that was the bad guy,
Yeah.
got sucked into a computer.
Yeah.
And she came out like a brainiac woman.
Yep.
And I was like freaked out. I haven't lived past that ever since. There's still tears in my eyes from that. I'd want to talk about it. I wanted to let everybody know that. Okay?
Well, that was 41
We'll cut
years
that out.
That was 41 years ago. You know what? If you want a cosplay that's really going to freak out Gus, do that one. Show up to Fan Expo and go, Gus, I'm a robot. And it's going to be like Gus's
fetal position.
Fetal position.
Anyways,
we're here to talk about the movie, not about your childhood trauma.
I understand. So this is a review on the run.
Yes.
Because we just finished it. And so we're going to tell you our first reactions of this movie, Super slash Man, the Christopher Reeve story. I'm going to repeat the title a million times.
What an emotional story.
What a roller coaster.
It just punches you right in the gut.
First scene. First note of this movie made me tear up.
Well, what is more iconic than John Williams' score for Superman? It's still one of the greatest movie scores of all time. And just hearing those beginning notes and just you see the images of Superman, and then it immediately just goes into the story of Christopher Reeve being in the accident, being paralyzed. Even just the one part where he says they had to reattach my head to my body. And that just sort of hit where it was like,
you went too far.
Like
you went far.
But even that, it was like, man, like you just really didn't put it in perspective on what he went through in his life.
For those who don't know the Christopher Reeve story, Christopher Reeve played Superman, the original, well, not original, but like the original movie.
Our modern day
Superman. For the boomer generation?
Well, Gen X.
Sure.
Gen X and boomer.
Boomer, yeah, generation. And what happened with Christopher Reeve, the actor, he was so inspiring as Superman. People thought he was invincible. And unfortunately, he had an accident while riding a horse that he's been riding for like 20 years. And unfortunately, he took a tumble off a horse and snapped his neck and was paralyzed for the rest of his life. Yeah. That's what this movie is about. It's a documentary. It's the inside workings of the family dynamic that happens with Christopher Reeve and his family, his 3 kids, his partner,
his first partner, and then
his second partner,
which was his wife Dana,
right?
And then Christopher Reeve's advocacy for
his life work of what he did for
to be able to help people with spinal cord, and then Dana's work to try for the comfort of people living with spinal cord injuries.
Right.
Because she had the care side, and he was focused on the science side. He wanted to walk again.
That's right. And so we got a glimpse, or a very good, dynamic glimpse into their lives and everything that they went through. And the story is compiled of interviews, clips of movies, and different things in Christopher Reeve's lives, and home footage.
Yeah, and
in-depth home footage.
Some of the stuff that they took as home movies was fascinating to be able to see the family dynamic, as you said. His activities, like in the movie, he said, like, I was a sailor, I was a horseback rider, I skied, I played tennis. Like, he was a very intense physical guy.
And he had the proof. The videotapes proved that what he was doing.
Yep.
It was like looking at a superstar, a real superstar, like before he even became Superman.
Well, and even that when they showed him at Juilliard and his acting ability, and he was a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
But because of Superman, he never got the
To
recognition on the other side. He could have been nominated for Academy Awards because he was that good.
yes,
But
yes.
because Superman
He
overshadowed
was typecasted.
everything.
He was typecasted,
Yes.
and he wanted to break out of that typecast really badly.
Yeah.
And they show how much he cared for his kids because of his upbringing himself. His upbringing was terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would say terrible, but it was stern. Is that a good word to say?
He had issues with his father because his father,
He had daddy issues,
yeah, his
just
father
like
never
most of the
really
girls I know.
put praise on him, and his dad was very demanding and wanted more from his son, so his son pushed harder and harder, and then
It looked as though his mom didn't care for him much either.
no. So
The way they depicted her, like there's even video evidence of her saying like, "Cut the cord,
yeah,
kill him,
yeah, just
let him
you know,
die."
when he's in hospital. The other interesting thing that probably a lot of people didn't know is just of the deep friendship that Robin Williams and Christopher Reeve had.
You could that Robin Williams being part of his life. You can see how good of a friend he was, even before the accident.
Yeah.
He was a great friend. He was, as he said, and I've known friendships like this because usually I'm the chaos. So, like, right? Yeah,
chaos?
exactly. Right. Right. So when
Yes,
Robin
no.
Williams says he was chaos to Christopher Reeve's order, which was amazing because you saw that dynamic.
Yeah.
Every interaction that they were having in this film, you can see Robin Williams makes him laugh, and their friendship was just, it wasn't superficial
No,
at all.
no, it
It
was
was
real.
deep in brotherhood, and you can see the decline in Robin Williams when Christopher uh, unfortunately passes.
Yeah, and they even Glenn Close makes the comment in the movie that she feels that Robin Williams would have lasted a lot longer if
Yeah,
Christopher Reeve was still alive.
I think that was a major blow because it wasn't that long after Robin was gone,
Yes.
which is unfortunate. But like you saw those things, and you see how important Mr. Reeves was to so many people. He met president after president after president after president.
Yep.
He was still Superman to so many people, even in that wheelchair. And he was even more of a Superman to the people who have these disabilities.
Yep.
What did you think? What would you score this?
As far as, well, okay, if you want to get technical, the movie jumped around. Documentary, like it wasn't linear storytelling. It would tell a story here, it would jump here, jump here. So yes, there was times it felt jumbled, but as far as emotion and the heart and telling the story of just a man who kept going against, had the world going with him wherever he wanted to go, and the world working against him later on, and him still pushing through. I'd give it 8.5 out of 10.
Oh man, for me, the cinematography again. I always love cinematography. I love the images that they used to convey their points about his life. They made it seem like he was a rock star at some points, and it was good to see because they had video evidence of it. They also had this in between acts, the sculpture of Christopher like naked, but basically he mentions it in the movie. One of his favorite flying poses is when he says goodbye to Lois and he puts his hands up and he bends backwards because he learned how to fly a plane. He loved flying. So he knew that if Superman was going to look like he's going to fly, like the man needs to know how to fly, and he starts banking when he flies, and they show how the crew when they saw that reacted to him flying because he banks instead of just going straight. He banked and he went like this. But when his favorite pose was when he said bye to Lois and he arches his back and flies backwards and then waves at her. And that's the pose they use. And they use, as the story progresses, they put kryptonite
Yes.
throughout his whole entire body.
Yeah, every time.
From his neck down.
Yeah, every time that there was a more fracture to his body. Yeah, and it just, how fitting was it?
Yeah, like
green crystals.
green kryptonite crystals for his like the what went down his spinal cord.
Yeah.
Like and like Doomsday, coming out.
Yep.
It was beautiful. It was poetic. I think I liked it. I would watch it again. Did you cry during this movie?
I was fighting him back.
You fought back from the opening credit. I teared up. Opening credit. Dun-dun-dun. That's all they did, and they put a black screen, and then they showed you images of Superman.
Yeah.
And then they went dun-dun-dun, like this, dun-dun-dun-dun, and they cut it off again. Oh man, I give this a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
No questions about it.
For me, the underlying theme is hope in this movie. It gives hope on what Superman stands for as a character. It gives hope of what Christopher Reeve was as an advocate. It gives hope on what the Reeve family is for keeping his legacy going on. And also gives hope for what Dana did to support her husband through all odds.
Some people say they'll be with somebody to the end.
Yeah.
But she really meant it.
She really did.
And they have, and the best part about it, having the kids do the interview and they can tell you what is going on, but also having the home videos of her loving him, holding his hand, kissing him, even though he can't feel her hand at all.
Yeah.
It was.
Can't say anything better than that.
Yeah, perfect. I would give it a 10, but it just sucked. I think it sucks that he's dead, that he died, and it sucks that she died too.
Yeah.
And the work that the children are doing, fantastic too.
No, the legacy lives on.
The legacy lives on. Matthew, spitting image of his father.
Well, the youngest one is Will Reeve.
Is it Will?
Yeah, it's Will Reeve.
Will is the oldest one.
No, Matthew's the oldest one. Will is the youngest one, and he's also going to be in the new Superman movie directed by James Gunn.
Yeah,
which is coming out 2025.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be ready for that.
We'll be here for it.
I'll be Mr. Terrific at the premiere, by the way.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in.
This has been Reviews on the Run. Gussie J.
And Ed for Cosplay Alliance.
I swear we have to give you a different name.
Ed? Well, I go by Snowhawk.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we out. Gussie J and Snowhawk.
Why are you?
I'm sorry?
I mean, why are you here? There must be a reason for you to be here.
Yes. I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
You're gonna end up fighting every elected official in this country.
Sure you don't really mean that, Lois?
I don't believe this.
Lois? I never lie.
I wouldn't have missed this for the world.